I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so basically this is like a draft goals that we have developed, but we always can decide if we want them to be there, do we want to add anything. That's always open for discussion in the discussion part. Mm, what important points what we have thought is: one, the organization structure that we discussed last time, start living that structure. There are four basically defined goals that I've tried to put forward on this table today. So one is how can one start living the organization structure going forward. The next is on the financial strategy of how Innofo in the regions and have its own regional secretariats. The third is mostly on the Innofo brand strategy as to how Innofo can be made visible in all the regions and how we can increase the membership. And that's again connected to the fourth point, which is what are the Innofo services that the members see in Innofo, and how can the members also contribute to the Innofo services. So this is broadly the four. I'll explain them in detail going forward. Mm, mm. Oops. Yeah. So this organogram we discussed last time, as we all have seen, that OFOs are on the top of our priority. Then we different OFOs within a country have a country representative. Then all country representatives sit in a continent like we are sitting today, and have a GA where we'll have now the Council of Regions, which will be 18, 3 per continent. Then there will be a Council of Continents, which will have 6 people. And then this 6 will have the president, vice president, global relationship manager, secretary, joint secretary, and treasurer. Now, this is the election process. But we have also defined there as the operational decisions and the strategic decisions, as you can see in the dotted lines and the full lines. So, as this is the electoral graph, similar is also a communication flow chart that I would say. It's not put here with the arrows, but it can also function in the similar way. So communication channels are also very important in an organization to actually save our time, everybody's time, because we are all farmers doing our farming activities, trying to manage all our communication, meetings, and maintaining a balance between our farm and the computer that we have. So also there is a challenge that we face always on the online techniques and technologies. So coming with those challenges in the background and the physical challenges we have on the farm. So what are the ways by which we can start living this organization structure going forward in the next 3 years is something that we can define or we can discuss in the discussion forum that we have for 1 hour. And we can also define in that what all a region wants. Like what we expect is there will be quarterly or after every 2 months or 3 months. That's what the group has to decide. But in Asia, about the Asia continental meetings, how frequently you want them to keep the pace going. At present, we have Asia meetings when there is a need to have the meeting. But as a Asia group, we can define that going forward, Asia meetings can happen after every 2 months or after every 3 months, where all country representatives will sit together in an Asia meeting. Similarly, for the continental meetings, we will discuss in the new council of board that will come. They will decide when the council wants to meet. So such things we can discuss. So at Asia level, what all you can do so that the flow of work is not hampered and keeps on continuing. as the organization goes forward, even though in the pandemic times where there's a least possibility that we can meet physically, there are opportunities where we can tap in to meet physically. But considering the pandemic situation, it's important to also see how we can use the virtual platforms more to benefit all of us. So that's in the first goal. You can discuss in the activities what all you want as Asia continent to keep the flow of work and energy going, especially when we are all farmers and trying to learn the technologies. Then the second one, the second one is on to develop a financial strategy for the regional secretariats. As I have described last time, and we have described by the expo last time, now everyone is doing voluntary work for the organization, and we only have one supported paid staff, which is the admin resource supported by Andreas Hermes Academy since last almost 1 year now. But other than that, all the works that are done by the Council of Conveners is all voluntary. So we respect their time, as well as we respect the way, and as we align our different activities, it is important that there has to be some finances put in place in the regions so that the regions also develop their own activities, like these are their goals that they want to achieve in this continent. Like let's say in Asia, for example, we want to achieve some things. Let's say we want an Asia Secretariat to function, to have its own database kept properly and in records for the members, so that going forward, when we are not there, still the system in Asia will continue to function. So what are the things that need to go in the Secretariat? Then in other activities also, what kind of programs we want to do, awareness programs, and for those programs, what kind of funding we require, who can support us. So basically that will all come into the financial strategy of a region, which is now we are here in Asia meeting. So we in Asia, how do we want to develop our financial strategy in the regional secretariats? Here I would also like to mention that because we are also a self-organized structure within IFOAM Organics International, and over the last 3 years, as we have developed the synergies with IFOAM, it is important to also collaborate with the IFOAM regional bodies in the different regions. So for Asia also, we have a great support from IFOAM Asia and the board there. We are also trying to have a person from Innofo who would represent farmer groups on the IFOAM Asia board. So this is again to build the strategy. When you are developing the strategy, keep this in mind to collaborate with IFOAM Asia and to have a common synergy building there. So that's about the goal 2. The goal 3 is basically about the Innofo brand strategy. So this in the last workshops that we had with Andreas Hermes Academy, we tried to develop to a certain extent what all we need for our visibility and what all activities we are already doing for our visibility as Innofo. So on the global platforms, and as you saw in the promo video in the beginning, we do have different advocacy platforms where Innofo gets an opportunity to represent organic farmers in the regions. We strive there for our rights as farmers on the land, on biodiversity, on traditional seeds, and what all we do as our local OFOs, the same principles and ideals we use to advocate at the international platform as well. So during that journey, we have also contributed, like different OFOs have contributed different things. So for example, this banner that you see below of Innofo is contributed by OFI, where the material is organic cotton and the colors that come are reused cotton. So it's basically, and it's with me right now, but the next president would definitely, I'll hand it over to them. And if I get myself, that's wonderful for next 3 years. But that's something that I cherish as a legacy going forward to Innofo. And there's also a inside joke that it's so thick that we can use it as a blanket whenever I travel. Then you can see all these shirts that we are wearing, which has Innofo logo, and also backside there is a nice message. But this was developed by Thales through his contribution from Rede Covida, and we all had these, which showed the visibility, which shows the visibility of Innofo in the African Organic Congress that we had last time. Then all these handbands that you can see, these are small efforts, but these are contributions made by the council members and have donated this for Innofo. So I'm just sharing it here. But this is also something you can develop going forward in the discussions. These are the small handbands made by the Seed Savers Network in Kenya. And they are hand woven and they have some beads in it. So such small things, but which keeps us together and keeps the solidarity going within the organization, is something we have to think in the Innofo brand strategy, and how we can also increase the membership. The increasing the membership also, when I say it, leads to the next question as to when members ask us, what are the services that Innofo can offer to them? When we get this question, generally, I prefer to ask them what you can contribute to Innofo. Because when we are all farmers organizations, we cannot expect that Innofo gives something. But Innofo is made up of all of us. It's you, me, and all our OFOs that we are here together. So when we are developing our services, it should come from us itself. So from us, coming from the last 3 years, what we've seen up till now is these 3 services that Innofo would be in a position to offer going forward. But obviously you can add more to it, see the practicalities of it. One is about the knowledge sharing, which we see is the most important part when it comes to the organic farmer organization. There's enormous knowledge with all the organizations from the organic farmers. And so knowledge sharing between the countries, between the continents, is something which we see as an important service. And then is also in knowledge sharing, it could be in the future, we could have, I don't know, a training program of Innofo with different skill sets in different subjects, maybe seeds, maybe PGS, maybe, I don't know. So that's something that we have to develop for our Asia level in this meeting. Then next is about farmer advocacy. As I said, we have many platforms at the national and international levels where we have to stand up as the organic farmers and to place organic farmers always on every table of organic value chain where other stakeholders are there. So on these all forums, it also requires some kind of preparatory work for the to come on board, because farmers are experts on ground, but maybe they are not as experts as talking or speaking in advocacy. So training farmers for getting ready to get on these platforms, or not only on the international, but also on the regional platforms, is also something that we can develop as a training program, as a service. Mainly, it is also helpful to raise organic farmers' voice from the local OFOs to the international, as well as from international to the local. And lastly, it is about networking, that we all know that with this network, we are always connected. Maybe we are in position, maybe we are not in position, but we are all. So this network will definitely help us going forward. So these are the kind of 3 Innofo services that we had thought about and which is on our website right now. But you are always welcome to have an additional point which you have thought about, but which we were not able to think, and that's all welcome.